Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. My name is Plami and in this episode of Reaction-RtK, I'm gonna be reacting to a bunch of boy groups. Those being the newly debuting YG boy group called Treasure and their song Boy. The comeback of a very interesting group that I really like the music videos of called ONF and their song Sukhumvit Swimming. That's a weird name. What I believe is the last music video by the group 1-9 with their song Count. I'm pretty sure they are going to be disbanding now because they're kind of like a produced group. I mean, it's not a produced group, but it's like this kind of survival show kind of group. So they're going to be disbanding and probably getting into different other different groups. And finally, we're gonna end this video by reacting to ENOi's Way, which means where are you? So yeah, few thoughts I have about each one. I mean, I already said some of the things, but specifically I think I'm most excited to hear how Treasure is going to sound like, because they're a group from YG and they've been hyped up for like what, 2 years now. So I'm curious whether I'm gonna like it or not, and in general how it's going to sound, because I've heard or at least read some of the opinions of other people, and some people are actually disappointed by the release and have compared their music to Gravity. So I'm curious whether I'm gonna have the same experience. So I guess without further ado, let's just jump into it. Obviously starting off with Treasure in 3, 2, 1. Okay, it certainly has a little bit of an epic feeling, at least the beginning. Okay, so far it's not that bad. Where the hell did that instrumental come from? This guy reminds me of Mark from NCT. I mean, actually a lot of the members of this group reminds me of members of other groups. Okay, I really like this instrumental here. The verses are not exactly that interesting, but the instrumental, I really like it. At least during the chorus. But honestly, for how much it was hyped up, I am a little bit disappointed. There's still a possibility that the song is gonna self itself by having an explosive ending, but if it doesn't, I'm gonna be really disappointed. Well, one thing is for sure, YG doesn't disappoint when it comes to instrumentals. They have some really cool ones. I still think SM is the king of instrumentals, but YG is not that far behind. Like, there hasn't been a time, I feel like, where I've been disappointed by the instrumental. At least in terms of reacting to comebacks, not going back to react to other groups' music, because I've been reacting to iKON for a long time, even though I've been like reacting to one song of theirs like each month, because there's just so much things to react to. But yeah, in terms of reacting to comebacks, I don't think I've been disappointed so far. But yeah, the song itself is actually not that bad. I can see why some people compare them to Gravity, but honestly, if I gotta be honest, I feel like this is what Gravity should have been like, because when I reacted to Gravity, I don't know if I said it in my reaction or not, but I felt like they didn't stand out as much as they should have been. Like, they didn't have an edge to their music. Like, I liked Break All the Rules, and I still listen to it occasionally, but it doesn't have that edge to it that makes you listen to it all the time. It's a good song, but it's not an amazing song. And considering that they're the younger brother group of like Monsta X, which is a group known for really cool instrumentals and rough music, I guess they wanted to cover a different side of things, but it was a little bit disappointing that they didn't follow their bigger brother's footsteps. And if this was the song that Gravity debuted with, I honestly would have loved it much more, because this one, it's still its own thing, but it still was reminiscent of that Monsta X style, so it could have been like the next generation of Monsta X or something like that. While for this song, as it is like a song of the group Treasure, which was hyped for like 2 years now. I think this group was talked about ever since 2018. I don't really remember, but like, for how much it was hyped, I mean, it's a little bit underwhelming. It's not bad by any means, and I feel like maybe after the second listen I'll probably be able to say whether I'm gonna be listening to it on my own or not. But like, it just feels underwhelming. Like, imagine like, for example, with G-Idol's debut, I don't really remember if they were hyped up a lot, but like, their debut was epic as hell. Same for Stray Kids when they debuted. I don't really think they were even as hyped as Treasure was, but their debuts were explosive. This one doesn't feel like it. And maybe it doesn't have to be explosive. That's up to you to decide, but that's how I feel about it. I feel a little bit underwhelmed. But still, we're gonna need to listen to it one more time before I decide my final opinions, so let's just get into it in 3, 2, 1. This part here definitely has an epic, the beginning of an epic story vibe to it. I like that. I also like how, despite the group being like 12 or 13 members, they somehow managed to make each member stand out. Like, they feel like individuals, they don't feel like, I don't know, a uniform kind of group. Like, compared to 17, who a lot of the times the members just bleed into each other, and I can't tell them apart no matter how much I try. With this group, I feel like I'll have much easier times learning the members and being able to tell them apart. That's one thing I really like about YG groups. They really focus on the individuality of all the members. They're still a group after all, but they make the members stand out from each other. I like that. Like, all the members have a personality, not only behaviorally but visually as well. I like that. Okay, of this music video, my favorite set is by far the full one. I don't know why, but I really like it. And as I was saying, who some members remind me of, This guy reminds me of Changbin from Stray Kids. And this guy reminds me of Dehui from Ab6, I believe it was. I'm not even sure that's what his name was. I think it's Lee Dehui. I don't think that's how it's pronounced, but I'm pretty sure that's his name. Oh my god! I remembered who this reminds me of. This group's music. It's not Gravity. But I was thinking like, it's very reminiscent of something, and I was thinking of what, and I would say this song feels like a song that ONE would have released. I mean, come on, it's so reminiscent of it. Especially with their most recent comeback, Bad Guy. Maybe it's a little bit more YG-fied, but it definitely feels in line with ONE's music. How even the dance moves remind me of ONE. Okay, so after the second listen, I definitely got into it even more. It's still the main part that I like about it is definitely the chorus, and if I listen to the song, it's going to be about the chorus, but there were some of the verses, especially the rap verses, that kind of caught my attention on the second listen, so there's that. But ultimately, even though I like the song and will most likely listen to it, it just doesn't feel explosive enough and iconic enough for a debut. Like, this would be a fine, like, the first comeback, but as a debut, it's just underwhelming. I don't know, especially with the hype that this group has had. But still, I'm pretty sure this is a mini album, or at least I hope it is. You never know with YG. They're very cheap with their music for some reason. I don't know. You would think that they would want to release as much music as they can, but that's not the case, I guess. That's why I cannot ever be a YG stan. And that's also one of the reasons why I don't consider myself a Blackpink fan or want to support them, because I don't want to support YG in this kind of thing. I want my the groups that I like to release as much music as they can. Like, for fuck's sake, Dreamcatcher, which is I mean, at this point they've grown to a low to mid-tier group in terms of sales, but they're from a small company. Yet, this year alone, they will be releasing like what, 18 songs? I don't know how many songs there were in the album that they released earlier this year, but they're gonna be having a comeback in like 3 days from now with like 5 more songs. Like, this is insane. I cannot even believe that they're coming back already. Considering that they released a full album, I didn't even think they would come back again this year. I don't know. Yet Blackpink is just going to be getting its album. I mean, I guess there's an idea behind that marketing of like, kind of like how Apple or Supreme works, and to me that's so anti-ethical to like why I enjoy music and why I enjoy K-pop. Like, the whole point of K-pop is for me to enjoy the music, so when you don't release the music, why should I care about you? Yeah, I'm getting sidetracked here. I already said how I feel about the song, so I guess I'm just gonna go into the ratings. I think personally I'm gonna give this song an 8.9 out of 10. I think it's a good song. It's definitely my style. Maybe could have done with a different name and like idea for the song and the lyrics, even though I don't read the lyrics. With a name like Boy and I'm gonna be your boy, it's very obvious what the song is about. Maybe it could have been something more interesting kind of message, or at least not as generic as this, but it's still a good song and I'll still listen to it. And objectively, I don't know, I don't want to give it much more than that because I don't feel like it deserves a 10 out of 10. If it was super explosive and blew me away, yeah, I would say then it would deserve a 10 out of 10, but as it stands, it just doesn't. So I think I'm gonna give it objectively maybe a 9.4 out of 10, because it's still an amazing music video. I actually really like the music video. The song itself is on the really good side of things, just not amazing. But I just cannot give it a 10 out of 10 because I feel like a lot of people will be disappointed that it didn't really live up to the hype it had. But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, let's move on to the next group of this video, that being ONF and their song Sukhumvit Swimming. How the hell do you pronounce that? I don't know. But the last time I reacted to ONF or On and Off, I don't know what's the right pronunciation of their name. From what I remember, the thing that I liked the most about their music video was their music videos, because they were very outside shot and very beautiful and aesthetic pleasing. I don't remember what the song that I reacted to that I noticed that the most about them was, but I think it was Why. I don't remember though, so look through my reaction videos and you'll find it. But anyway, I guess without further ado, let's just jump into it in 3, 2, 1. Okay, what's with the rise in like Western aesthetic in K-pop recently? G-Idol's Dumdy headed, SF9 headed, and now ONF. Also, this is definitely different from what I remember of ONF or On and Off. It sounds like they're saying stupid swimming. I would assume that was intentional. Still, I want to know what Sukhumvit swimming means. I really like the guy with the Western outfit. I don't know, I feel like I just have a thing for these kind of Western outfits, I guess, because I really liked it on Yuki. And now I'm liking it on this guy. Or maybe this guy is just a good looking guy, regardless of the outfit. Who knows? Okay, this song is a little bit all over the place in terms of the sounds and instrumental, but I definitely like the part with like Sukhumvit swimming. I feel like definitely this is more towards traditional K-pop music compared to their other music. I feel like this might be something that 17 would release. It has some similarity to their concept. Okay, so this was different, I guess. It definitely wasn't what I expected to hear from them. Honestly, I mean, I don't really think I was all over their music when I reacted to it. As I said, the main thing that I liked about them was their music videos being so unique. So, in a certain way, these being more traditional K-pop, I do feel a little bit disappointed because I really liked how different their music videos look. It was kind of refreshing. So, yeah, it is a little bit disappointing, but I still like what they did with the music video. It's pretty colorful and interesting to look at, and I like that kind of like what they're going for with the music video concept of like murder on Orient Express, or at least I feel like that's what they're going for. I'm not sure, but it's interesting. I just am not sure how I feel about the song because it's a little bit all over the place, and some parts I just do not understand the song. Like some parts I get, other parts go in a completely different direction. So yeah, it's a little bit all over the place. So hopefully after the second listen it's gonna get better, but as it stands I'm just not sure. But I definitely like the Sukhumvit swimming part. It's pretty catchy. So yeah, I guess so without further ado, let's just jump into it one more time in 3, 2, 1. I really like this guy. He reminds me a little bit of JB from GOT7. I would say the instrumental is still unusual for most of K-pop. Like, it's surprisingly empty. So at least in that regard I feel like they're sticking to what they do. They did before. But they've kind of made the concept of the song and the sound more public friendly. Kind of like what Dreamcatcher has done with their music. They still do a rock concept, but they definitely combine it with other things that might be more public friendly. I actually think comparing them to Dreamcatcher is pretty good because they are a small unique group that might be getting popularity now, because I've heard that they're kind of blowing up with this a little bit. You know, weird enough, I find this song catchier than Treasure's Boy. I don't really feel either song really blows up that much, but I feel like this one is a little bit more powerful and energetic than Boy. I like a stupid swimmer. One thing I want to say though is I noticed some of the dance moves in this choreo feel way too simple. And I feel like this has kind of started to become a trend in K-pop, and I don't really like that. Because I've seen some groups start to do like these kind of TikTok challenges where they'll have a simple choreo for the fans to be able to replicate and do themselves on TikTok, thus maybe getting the groups more popular. And I understand why they're doing it. It's an easy way to get more popular for the groups, but I really don't like the idea of making the K-pop choreos much simpler, because that's one of the things that I really like about it, the fact that the choreos are so complicated and intense and interesting. That's one of the cool things about K-pop that is unique to it compared to American music, because in American music there's basically no choreo, which in my opinion is a bad thing. But hey, so I really hope more groups don't fall for that, because it would really annoy me. I know that some groups like ATEEZ or Stray Kids might still stick with their more intense choreos, but yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I'm still really not sure how I feel about this song ultimately. I find it interesting, maybe a little bit more interesting than Treasure's Boy, but I still feel like it's a little bit too all over the place. Maybe after a few more listens it's gonna get more cohesive, but as I said, it's still way too uncohesive. Maybe it's just one of those songs, and if it is, that's gonna be great, because I love those kind of songs that after the 5th or 6th listen, it's when you start getting really into them, and it's when they are at their best. So yeah, I think I'm gonna give this one on the lowest end. If it doesn't get better after a few more listens, I would probably give it like an 8.7 at most. But if it does get better, I would say it's going to be a 9.3 out of 10. So I would say let's give it a personal score of 8.7 as it stands. And because also most people are going to be more lenient than me, objectively I think I'm going to give it more of a 9.3 out of 10, because it's also a unique, different song for them, with a different concept, different sound, different vibe, different everything pretty much. So yeah, it's a pretty good song, but it might need a few more listens to get into completely. So now I guess let's move on to the next song of this video, that being Wonder 9's Count. In 3, 2, 1. I assume this is not gonna be like a high budget music video like their last one. It seems like it's going to be a goodbye video, similar to like what Downpour was for ENOi. Man, I love this guy's haircut with like the orange on the front and the brown on the side. That looks so cool. I think though, my favorite member in this group would be this guy, with a lot of hair but shaved underneath it. The guy in the center. I really like him. I really like his look. I'll definitely be keeping track to see in which groups these members are gonna end up in, because I assume that's what's gonna happen to all of them, and especially that guy. I think he actually looks a little bit like is it Jisung from NCT Dream? I'm sorry I'm not speaking much during this video, but there's not much to talk about. Like, this song is the kind of song that I don't really listen to most of the time, like the kind of like a ballad. And it's not like I hate ballads, but I don't really listen to them, even when I like them. For the most part, I'm more into the fast-paced, energetic, explosive kind of songs. But for what it is, I guess this song is fine. But I guess the thing that I like the most about it is the sad undertones, because I'm pretty sure this is their last music video as a group. It's a shame they weren't more popular, because honestly they're really good. I feel like I really like them. Honestly, their music developed quite a lot over the course of their releases. Like, I only started liking them after Blah, and I'm pretty sure they had at least 1 or 2 releases before that. I even reacted, or was thinking of reacting to their debut, I think it was, but I don't remember whether I reacted to it or not. Check it, I don't know, check my channel, maybe I did. And they definitely developed over the course of their releases, but it's a shame when groups like this get overshadowed by other groups, which I personally don't find really that interesting. I'm not trying to shit on groups like X1, but ONE just has them beaten in every way, shape or form. X1's music just wasn't that interesting. It was generic as hell, and it didn't even sound catchy to me. While ONE at first, they could have been better, but then they developed over time. And like their most recent release, I've been listening to it constantly ever since it was released. So yeah, maybe I'll even end up listening to this one, but the fact that it's a slow ballad song, it just means that I'll have much more limited amount of time when I can listen to it, whenever I feel more sad or depressed. And honestly, ever since I started the YouTube channel, I haven't really been as sad or depressed as before that, so I really haven't felt the need to listen to sad music. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, if I have to rate this song, I guess personally I'm gonna give it an 8.4 out of 10. I think it's a solid, slow, more ballad-like song. I think it's fine. It's even catchier than most ballads I've heard. But it's still not a song that I'll go out of my way to really listen to, unless it's a specific situation that I would want to find a slow song, emotional song to listen to. While objectively, I think I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, because I think most people are gonna love this song, and the emotional weight that it has, it's definitely going to be even a bigger attractor and even bigger of a reason for people to enjoy it. And it is even for me, but it's just not the style of K-pop music that I love the most. The reason why I'm not all over the song. I still enjoyed it. So yeah, this is gonna be the song that I'm gonna be not reacting to it a second time, because I don't really feel the need to. It's not a comeback, it's not a really sorry about that. It's not really a title track material or anything like that, and I don't know if it's a B-side, could be considered a B-side, but like, I just don't really think it deserves a second listen right now. So yeah, I guess without further ado, let's get into the last song of this video, that being ENOi's Where Are You? And I definitely now have a little bit of a different perspective about ENOi, because I've learned that one of the members of this group is a huge fan of 80s. So I'm really curious how that fact is gonna influence my perception of the group. I don't really think it's gonna influence it that much, because their music is still nothing like 80s music, I would say. But I'm still curious to see how it's gonna affect me. So I guess without further ado, let's just jump into it in 3, 2, 1. Damn, this guy looks tall. I really like this set. Man, a lot of these sets are so pretty and aesthetically pleasing. I like that. Especially this one. I love the gray colored feel to it. Okay, I love the music video, but the song, I'm not really sold onto it. It's not that it's a bad song, but I haven't had a case like this in a long time. Like, the last time I felt about a song like this was when I was reacting to The Voices music. And if you watch those reactions, which I very much doubt that you did, what I felt about those songs is that I thought that they were good songs, but for some reason I just couldn't find them catchy. And that's how I feel about this one. I don't think it's a bad song, but for some reason I just do not find it catchy. I don't know really how to otherwise explain the feeling that I'm getting from this song. Like, I should find it catchy, but I don't. I just don't. Like, I don't want to say that the song is not interesting enough, because I think it is. It has decent ideas, like the effects that they do during the chorus, but like these kind of sound effects that they do during the chorus, I like that. But I don't know, just the song doesn't feel like interesting enough, I guess. I don't know. The best way I can explain is just I don't find it catchy. I don't find the song bad, but I don't find it catchy. But as I said, the music video, on the other hand, is amazing. It's so pretty. I love it. Okay, so since this song is again one of those songs, I don't really feel like reacting to it the second time. I don't really think my opinion is gonna change about it the second time, because it never did for The Boys' music, or at least the songs of The Boys that I reacted to. After a while, for like a Dance Dance Dance, and especially for Tattoo, my opinion was that I love those two songs, but the previous songs before that were they had pretty music videos, really cool music videos, but the songs I couldn't find them catchy. I don't know, there was nothing for me to latch onto to really like it. The closest thing that this song has is the chorus and the audio effects that they used, but even that doesn't really feel that interesting or edgy, or that pushes it over the edge for me to so it would become catchy to me. I don't know. I can't explain it. That's just how I feel about it. But as I said, the music video is amazing. It's pretty. There are so many shots in it that are like worthy of being a PC background. I love that. They're so aesthetically pleasing, but the song is honestly a little bit disappointing. And it's not like ENOi's music was ever my favorite thing, but I think I liked them decently when I reacted to them the last time. So yeah, I think this definitely is worse than their last release, but I assume this is a mini album, so maybe some of the B-sides are gonna be better, but it's gonna be a while until I get to react to them. So yeah, I don't know. And yeah, it's hard for me to even rate this song because of the way it feels right now, because I don't really feel like I can judge it properly, because it's not catchy to me, but that doesn't mean that the song is bad. I think some people are gonna be able to easily enjoy it, but for some reason it's just not working with me. I don't know. So because of that, I think personally I'm gonna give it a solid 8.2 out of 10. It would be an 8 out of 10 for the song itself, and additional 0.2 for like how pretty the music video is. If the music video wasn't anything special, it would have been like an 8 out of 10 only. But I appreciate that at least the music video keeps my interest, and it's so pretty to look at. But the song itself, yeah, it's not great at all, I would say, for me at least. And objectively, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I just don't know. If let's say I found a song at least somewhat catchy, I think I could give it like at most an 8.9 out of 10. So I think that's what I'm gonna go with objectively. Or maybe, you know what? Let's give it a 9 out of 10 objectively. I think most people are gonna be able to enjoy it, but just the fact that for me it's not catchy, and the fact that I can't tell for how many other people the song wouldn't be really catchy, I cannot really properly judge it. At best, it's gonna be a 9 out of 10 though, so I guess let's stick with that. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out the list in the description to my Twitter if you don't follow me there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories. Because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you end up enjoying my stories, or you simply enjoy my videos, you can... Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out the link in the description to my Twitter if you don't follow me there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories. Because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And additionally, I also have a blog on which I review TV shows, movies, cartoons, video games, anime, anything like that you can think of. And also, at the end of the year, I'm going to be doing top 10 K-pop lists. Specifically, I'm going to be doing top 20 K-pop title tracks of 2020, top albums of 2020, and top 10 B-sides of 2020. So if you're interested in those, go over to the blog and subscribe or follow it, or you do what you're supposed to do on the blog. I'm new to it, I don't really know the terminology. And if you end up enjoying those blog posts, you end up enjoying my stories, or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to Patreon or subscribe to that, where you can pledge support and help keep the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. And additionally, I just want to mention that all the money you decide to support me with are going to go towards my transition fund. Because if you're new to the channel or just haven't noticed at this point, I'm actually trans, but I haven't been able to start my transition yet. I'm hoping to in the next 3 months, because I'm going to be moving out of my parents' house and I'll be able to live on my own and start my transition freely. So if you could help me out monetarily, that would be greatly appreciated. But since I don't want to guilt trip you into helping me out, if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out by liking this video, subscribing, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!